Hey up everyone, I'm stacking some wood this morning because when I cut it was all over the place. I just wung it in because I want to get it out of the wet. So now you always end up coming back doing it again. Just putting this live on. If anybody wants to go over anything I've been putting in my videos lately, any of the brickwork stuff, then this is the time. Sunday morning. No golf today because kids have got a party to go to, so just get on with some jobs. My missus did all the garden out yesterday because I feel like it's getting to spring. Do you ever take offcuts from site, mate? You know what? I haven't done for a long time, but sometimes, you know, like just bits of 3x2 and batten and stuff like that, just for a bit of kindling, just to get fires going. I used to do that. I've still got some offcuts. You know, when you're doing jobs around the house, I always end up burning that stuff, pretty much. But I've got a massive stack of wood here. It's huge. Yeah, let me show you. Just turn it around now. Check all that out. I've got to get through. I can get that right. I'll do. Come on. I think we're on. Anyway, brickwork. We got anything about the brickwork or the jobs I've been on lately? Any questions about that? Or the new profiles that I've got? Have a talk about them. Any questions about that stuff? Am I on live chat? Or do I have to scroll? No, I don't have to scroll. I don't think there's much going on here. That's it. We're in. Jesus Christ, move. Tell me like how high is this? It's not even, probably, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 15 courses high underneath. That's all. Not very high. Probably could have done with it a little bit taller, really. Thinking about it, maybe another couple of courses of brick iron. I'll leave it running till somebody gets some comments coming through. My missus is just on the breakfast. I don't know what we're getting, but I asked for bacon. And what I'm trying to do with these, I'm trying to keep the face of this, because normally, Josh Jones, what's your materials like? We've got 220mm bricks, 220mm tall blocks, all swept through. We've got two types of brick on our site. I can't remember the names of them, but they're both like a pressed brick. The first plot that I got onto, I started gauging it out, and obviously there's about 5 or 6 vents down that one side, down the back gable that I started, that's got the back door in it. And when I got to the back door, the door didn't work bond anyway, so I had to put cuts up it. I gauged it all out, and the bricks were that big because I had 220s, that I ended up putting a 3/4 one side of the door and 2 3/4, like 170s, and there was like a half and a 155 cut up one side of the door, and then I ended up with like 2 170s the other side, just to make it work. What a pain in the arse. And that's because the bricks were like 220s, and then I've started to squeeze the perps, so there's some tight perps on the job, but I did put cuts in. And then on the front piers, same again. I've had cut 20mm off a brick, all the way up the central pier, which is probably about 10 bricks long. Can't get it, just cannot get it into gauge. And then I've had to squeeze everything else, whereas I can get it just to within the limits, squeezed it in. But it's a good job I did, because we've had NHBC on the site last week, and lo and behold, I've never known this in my life. The other gang that's on there, the big gang, the only thing that they could pull was perp sizes. They've done that good a job of all the cavities, everything's clean, no ties missing, nothing. And because the site is going for Pride in the Job Award, as soon as your site's going for the Pride in the Job Award, you're basically putting yourself under the scrutiny of the insurance company, whether it be NHBC, or I don't even know if anybody else does Pride in the Job. You let me know. I know there's other companies, LABC, ICW, different insurers for houses, but I know that NHBC does Pride in the Job. The other ones, I don't know what they are. But anyway, as soon as these companies start going in for Pride in the Job, you're putting yourself right under the microscope. And the guy's pulled perp sizes and hasn't even give it a pass, like not even a 4. I think he's given a 2 on the houses, saying it's something structural or whatever, but I've never known that in my life. Anyway, I was going off topic. The other sides, the other bricks that I've got on the job, they're a little bit better sized, but you do get the odd couple of bands in the pack where they're big again. So your perp, trying to keep your perps right on these new bricks that are coming in are absolute pain in the arse. And the sub who spoke to him is like, what can you say about that? God, that's a long one. Try and feather these in where I can. I just said, like, you know, the only thing you can do is, like, the main contractors just turn the bricks away. But the problem with that is, like, most main contractors don't even open the packs to check. The smaller contractors can do it, but these big ones, they just loads come in and that is it. They just take them and get them used, but then they come back to you and say, oh, like I say, these lads have been pulled now, and I'm going to have to go around all my perps and make sure I've got no super skinny ones. There might be the occasional one somewhere, but I don't think so, because I have actually been making sure I do cut some off a brick. And the blocks on our job are actually, they're all right. Well, you got Celcons on ours, and there is concretes inside, but they're pretty good, well sized, and they're not heavy. They're the fibre lights. From what I've been using so far, there's a few heavy ones on the job, but I don't think they're meant for us. I think they just come when the driver's accidentally pulling some across. But because I'm only 1 and 1, try and get ahead. One and one apprentice. Try and get ahead, and I try and make sure all my stuff's stacked out and covered up all the time anyway. Especially over the winter, it's a pain in the arse getting to. So when you're bigger gangs, you struggle because your materials are straight out. And hey, up now, HGV and me, that's our Dino. But yeah, you struggle over the winter anyway. What else we got here? What's your opinion on the Coca Trowel? It's Coke Trowel. I answered a question on YouTube the other day. So I get a lot of laughing faces. What's that trowel? Hey, what are those? Well, I only tried it because Dutch Bricklayers. If you go on their channel, they've got a video up of putting a spread down with a normal Philly trowel and putting a spread down with their like round-ended Dutch trowel. I don't know what it's called. I've had a look online for try and buy one of them, but it takes you to a Dutch website that I can't understand any of the writing, and it didn't translate at the time. Probably might translate now with bloody Google AI, but at the time it didn't, so I was a bit stuck. Come on, get in there, man. I tell you what I always hate, when you're stacking the wood, it seems to want to lean forward and pull out everywhere. It doesn't get in. Right, chuck that one in there then. So I looked online, and there was, I can't remember the place, what it was called. Somebody's put it in one of the comments, Granger's or something like that. Or there was a supplier over here. Looked on, couldn't get one. So I went on an American website. I managed to find one on there. And I tell you what, since I've had it, I've never put it down. I thought, oh, we'll see what it's like. 70 quid it cost me anyway. Thought, we'll see what it's like. I gave one of the lads a go of it on the site the other day, and he started trying to V out the bed with it. You don't need V out the bed with them coat trowels. Just nice and smooth. Put it down. Jobs are good. And if anything, it's a tiny bit too small. I would like it a little tiny bit bigger. But you don't need a pointy end. Like your pointy trowels. When you start using one of these, like when you're doing block work, you send that down into V the bed, and I tell you what, it just literally pushes out just the right amount for what you want, and it's not hard. It's good. So if you're out there and you're not a skinflint, go and buy one. Why not? Try something new. You know what, people are so stuck in their ways. You know that hard hat I wear on site with the big lip round? The amount of times I've had people saying, what's that hat, or where have you had that from, like sniggering. I don't care. It was dead cheap, Amazon. And it's literally just stops the sunburn in my ears. And when it rains, the rim stops the drips going down my neck. And everyone laughs, oh, what's that hat? Do one, man. Who cares? No one likes change. God, do we all wear the same trainers? Do we all wear the same clothes everywhere? No, we don't. We all got the same taste in women, and the same taste in everything, in food. No, we aren't. So you blokes out there who have a little snigger, what's he wearing? Get a grip of yourself. Nobody cares. Well, I certainly don't care anyway. Let's have a look at that comment there. What's that one? Dave Farrell. I got the Fitchbrick profiles, haven't used them yet. Lads I work with don't believe in profiles. Well, get them used, for one. No point keeping them in the boxes. They ain't going to make you any money doing that. And the lads you work with obviously don't believe in making decent money either at that rate. Brickies who don't believe in using profiles, how old are they? About 90. That's got a big red flag on it for me, that gang. Wouldn't be one I'm working in. No way. But yeah, profiles all the way, regardless of what profiles you're using. But if you're going to use any, and it's your first time buying any, and I'll just say this now because you just go and get the Fitchbrick profiles straight away, because there ain't anything better on the market. I've got the props, I've got the clamps, I've got all the rest of it. There is a time and a place for certain things, but if you're doing external corners or door reveals or anything that you can get a long profile on, get the Fitchbrick ones. I've used mine all week this week, and I haven't even. I've got profiles there, right? I bought some off Grayson's. These profiles I've got, they're 55 quid for the alley, 2.25 or whatever they are. The ones that I had off Grayson given me, they're £80 online, or they were at the time. This is a few years ago now. 80 quid at the time. And I thought that was steep, but they're 2.4s, and they are thick alley, marked up. Hey, up now, we've got some fodder. Oh! I'm working an online doc. I can't move. Yeah. Why are you going to tune in? Going to tune in? She's laughing. I need to set myself a little seat up now, don't I? That'll do. Get a seat on here. Some dry lumber. Oh, right, there we go. We've got bacon and egg brown sauce. If there better be some brown sauce. We got brown sauce on this duck. Oh, that's a big no-no. Oh. You want me to just give you that? Hold up. Yeah. I want some food. I'll be back in a minute. We got another brew on there? No. Yeah, here's my cup. No, but I'm doing stuff in the yard. I can come take through if you want, duck. Says, what do you think I am, your servant? Right. What was I on about now? Profile. So I went and I got, sorry about eating, but we have to bear with it. The Grayson ones, they've been great, but they're 30 quid dearer. And they only get, I think, you only get an extra 250. And you get an extra 3 courses on them. A lot of money. And I've only got 2 of them. But since I've had them ones, and I picked them up, the only thing I picked them up for was bracing some soldiers over a big opening. Also, I bought years ago some thinner gauge alley, 6 meter length, from Alco Steel metal suppliers. And at the time, that was like, I cut it down and it worked out 57 quid it was for a 6 meter length. So it worked out under 20 quid a length for my profiles, cut them down at 2.1 and a 1900 or whatever it was. And I've had them for years, but because they're not thicker gauge, they do have some flex in them, a bit of bend, so I try not to use them. But I bought them because all the new gear that came out at the time, you know, just after COVID, it wasn't too, everything that came out wasn't 2-inch, if you remember. All the dory blocks, the ox ones and everything, came out as 50mm, not 50.8. So you couldn't get any gear on the profiles. Your older profiles are 2-inch. So my 2-inch profiles were never getting used. Then the old BT stuff, all that was 2-inch. But the new cheaper gear, wasn't it? Anyway, now I've got these. These are back to 2-inch. And they bang on. You know yourself on the scaffold. We only get 2 courses showing. Most of the time, sometimes even 1. Then you're in shit street. But as soon as you get them on, I do about 5 courses. And then put my stabilisers on. And then I'm good to go. I love them. And all I've done this weekend is took the kit off the took the kit off the profiles, put them back in the little bags. 2-minute job. Put them back in my car. I've got worried about all that money's worth of gear game missing. I haven't got bloody big bags of you know, like you had the 3-way timber clamps. And when you price it all up, everything's still dear. 3-way timber clamps, each one 30 quid. They were a pain in the arse to put in a box or anything because they're just big, awkward, horrible things. I hate them. They're with a passion. I hate them. And I haven't used one of them for a long time. God, they used to go in the toolbox, but I can't move anything. And your dory blocks, you know, pisses me off. Dory block, go to the top. Take off your line. Somebody hasn't tightened the dory block. Falls off. Smashes the pins over.
them high tensile steel pins in the top. And then before you know it, you're missing them. They're bent. They're off. Don't get any of that with the fixed brick line block. If it slips down, it just slips down. It doesn't damage anything. It just goes down to your setting plate. That's another big bonus. Your gear not falling off. Just keep them clean. If I was you, get yourself a little brush at the end of the day and put your brush around your gear. You can give it a little swill. Save some miles later on. Bang on, bacon and egg. I'm just going to take this plate in. Yeah, look. Oh, yeah, definitely. Good sauce. Ugh. Right. So that's my profile talk. What else we got? Aussie Brick here. What's up, mate? Just having a bit of chat to anyone who wants to have some bricklaying related, or we could do a bit of golf, or we can talk about the wood, whatever. DJ, is Pinhole Tim still in the game? I don't know. I do not know. But we have, I've had a message off Sean, so we're going to go for a pint. So that's good. So we can rekindle the love. If you're watching now, give us a thumbs up on this. Then the thumbs up that you give me in the ear now, that'll just put a thumbs up in the comments, and that'll broaden the horizon. More people will get into it. It'll get shared on your Sunday morning. Right, my hands are freezing now. We better get back on with stacking some of this wood. If you've got any comments, put them in and set me off. Get back on with this. I have noticed. Oh, wonderful. Oh, King Challenor. Oh. I love it, man. I love it. We're still live. Yeah, we're still live. Hot. Any more commentos? DJ Riley, what did he put? Does anybody know what he put? He's retracted his message. We were getting a bit of grief on a Sunday morning then, or what? It's not like me to get grief from viewers. It's one of my favourite pastimes, reading the grief. Got a lot to do. I've got a lot of time to do it. Next week, we've got about 20 block to put in on a second lift. And then it's ready for a scaffold. Look at that. That's not the best, is it? I've got a little extra tub here with I've got wood in here that can just burn to again, because now I'm out of the actual season burning wood. I've ran dry. This is probably dry enough just to have a little bit of heat out of, but I don't want to do that. The scald has arrived. Good to see. The scald? Yes, I like it. The scald. I've never heard it be called that. I like that one. We'll have some of that. That'll be used on a daily occurrence now, the scald. Excellente. That's brilliant. Brick by brick. See, you write quite a few comments on mine. What are you working on at the minute? Anything good? Anything challenging? Or plots? Just new builds? What you on? What kind of work do you do? I tell you what, this year, I would like to start doing some more private work, I think. get some private work done, because you do a good job on site anyway. And all the lads out there now, you're doing probably the best job you've ever done in your life. You're getting paid less for it because you're spending more time doing your bits, cleaning your cavities, blowers, jet washes, all sorts of shenanigans going on. You've never had to do so much for your money as you do now. It's an absolute joke. The only thing it's good for, and I will say this, the homeowners are getting better jobs done now. So they say that on-site work, or they're just house bashers, they're this, they're that. It's not like that anymore. It really isn't. The standards are that high. They're expecting more and more of everybody. That a lot of people are wanting to get out of site work because it's just getting too much. And to be fair, I feel the same way. It is getting way too much. Like it's over the top. And now I've had to take the approach on building. Like you can't get to work anymore and think we're gonna get that in. Because I know as soon as I've finished building an elevation, I can't just move around because I've got to make sure I get on top, get a pole down, make sure the cavities are all completely clean while the mortar's still wet enough to get out. Get down, touch all the window clips down the sides, touch them, just make sure you're touching them. Give the ties a little tiny rattle if you can. Any damps that you can see, give them a scrape out. And then make sure, like end of the night, you got to think to yourself, I've got to get down, I've got to make sure them cavities have been properly cleaned out every night. Just so as when you come to your inspection, it's just so much easier. But all this extra time, every time you're going round on an elevation, it's killing you, killing everybody. They think, oh, you're earning thousands, everyone on site. It's like, oh, you're earning thousands, you're earning this, you're earning that. The amount of extra time that you're doing work for nothing, for free, that before you used to take for granted. God, I was earning a fortune at one point. Bet you I was doing about 10 grand a month. No lie. And I haven't been able to get anywhere near that kind of money for a long time. Simply because of the builds. You'll have a good week, 1 out of every 4, I reckon. Like a good week of what you should be earning. And then you're back to that. You might do a couple of grand 1 week.
Umbrella cheese on toast and she doesn't want it.
Yeah, Daddy like that. Oh. Thank you. I'll be alright, I'll just smash this. But then you're back down again. And we've had good dry weeks. Meeting the daughter's cheese on toast now. If I don't eat it, you know where it's going next, don't you? Dogs. Dogs are next on the list. Hiya, baby girl. Am I eating your breakfast? Anyway. Gotta eat it while it's hot, so I'll be back on to you in a minute. Tell you what, once I've restacked all this, I'm gonna have a lot more room in here. Might have to go back out cutting some more wood, I think. I've had all this wood from, it was like a mini tornado a couple of months ago. Was it around Christmas time? Maybe just after. And there's tons of it, trees blown down. So me and my brother went out and got all over there. Stacked his up, stacked mine up. Well, got it in here. He'd been out again getting more. Right, here we go. Get rid of that plate. Alright, What's this saying? James, I'm not a bricklayer, but I enjoy your videos and learning about your trade. Yeah, well, it's not just for bricklayers, this channel. It's for everybody. One thing I will say is, have a go at doing them little bits, you know, little brick walls and stuff in your gardens and whatever. But don't start trying to take extensions on and all that kind of stuff just from these videos. Doing tradesmen out of the jobs. There's one thing I hate more than anything. It's people who watch YouTube and job. It's probably part of the cause, but I hate it with a passion when people who haven't got a trade or anything go out and go and get tradesmen's work. That really annoys me more than anything in the trade. I think that's my biggest pet hate. Non-tradespeople setting up, going out, don't know a damn thing, watched a few videos, start undercutting everybody. It's not on. I don't know what everyone else's view on that is, but it stinks. Padraig. I can't remember else. Padraig Harrison. Horrible life. It is an island. Brick by brick, all kinds. Landscaping job at the moment. Patio, concrete and gravel, garden shed. Week after next. How much work you got in front of you? You in private? Much? No? Robo Gamer. Morning, Changi. Are you moving house in the future or staying where you are? Well, I'm never going to sell this house. And we were thinking about doing some buy-to-lets. But the way I do my finances and everything doesn't show that I earn a great deal. So, well, I don't earn a great deal. It goes all in my business. And we get paid minimum. So yeah, that puts a spanner in the works for that kind of stuff, really. Unless I was doing some cash buying, which I don't have that kind of collateral around. So I like this house. It's just big for what it is. And the house prices now is like crazy insane. So I wouldn't go out and spend 350 grand on a detached new build because it's a waste of money. Well, let me just move this camera over. Filling up. There we go. There we go. Really, I should. There's no need for move house, and I tell you what, if we have another kid and the family gets bigger again, let me get that schooled. Then I shall have loft conversion next, I think. If I need to go to a 4-bed, loft conversion on the top. And then if that one are big enough, I'd just extend out the back of the house. We could end up with it. You could end up this bloody one house with about 5 beds on it. Eventually, over the years, you never know. When you get bored as well, just get it going. There is an area I'd like to move to, but I know that I don't want massive payments. That's my biggest gripe. Payments just kill everybody. When you have cars on finance, when you have everything, massive mortgage payments and all that, like you struggle, don't you, doing the things that you want to do, that you could be doing. So, nope, no house move in the near future. Not anymore. The original plan was to move every couple of years, make my money on my house, and then move and do it again. Well, I'm not that interested in it. I want to live while I'm alive. John. Is that Coke trowel the best you've ever used? Yep. Quite easily. It's not heavy. Don't hurt your wrist. smooth in the hand, fills up a more even bed. The only thing, like I said, the only thing with it is it would be nice if it was a little bit bigger, little bit wide, maybe just a touch wider, touch longer, and then that would be the business. It would be the business, I'm telling you. Well, this is getting full on me. Look at this, though, we're getting somewhere now. Prices are crazy, but I mean, in 1988 for 25 grand, it's now worth 300k. Well, what's even crazier is the same house types in just 30-40 miles away from where I live. This house now has been valued about 190. I bought it 5 years ago for 115 grand. Spent quite a bit on it, to be fair. My return on investment is probably, well, I've spent maybe 40 grand. Still got some good return on investments every year there, really. It'll still keep going up. But the same house type as this, 30 mile away, you'd be looking at 300 grand for the same house type. Because I know somebody who's had one valued or sold it or whatever. So it all depends on the areas you live in. Stoke-on-Trent, where I live, is a very cheap area to live. I don't know if it's because it's full of blokes like me, but it's a very cheap area to live. If you go 2 miles down the road, it becomes dear because you're on the Cheshire border, which is absolutely insane. Or it's literally a mile down the road and the house prices shoot up. It is literally a mile over that way. It's all, as far as you can see, just fields and stuff. Lovely, really. That one goes in that pile. Do you ever do any private work on a smaller scale or just work on sites? For the last 5 years, I've only predominantly done work on site. Every bit of private work that I've been offered, bar when I worked with Sean before, or we did a garden wall, and we did some. What else did we do? An extension that we did together for somebody. Other than that, really, and I've done a couple of bits for my cousin because he does his own. He does his own building company with him and my uncle, Chris and Ivan. They do their own stuff. Shout him out because he's a really good joiner. Does all his own building work, and he just gives me a shout sometimes when he wants a push on something that's got like brickwork. If he's got something that he needs a push on, he'll give us a shout, and I'll go down and give him a couple of days or whatever he wants, or whatever I can spare me time for. Which I do it every time I do it. I really enjoy it, and I always think to myself, God, why am I doing site work? Because this, like, even though I'm not on site, I still don't have a break. Carry on, work straight through. Someone said something to me the other day about, in fact, I'll finish talking about that. But yeah, I do want to do this year. I said I want to do more private work because I enjoy it. If your customer's right, I mean, ideally, I would only like, in an ideal world, just to build for builders, not direct to the client, because I don't particularly like dealing with clients. I feel sometimes it can be awkward. They don't understand costs of things. They don't understand the method of what you're trying to do. When like my cousin, he runs his own jobs. So when you go and work for him, he knows what you want. Like, I'll get there, he will have already set up the mixer, or he will have already set up blocks and stuff for me, bricks. They'll be there. They'll be covered up. There won't be no messing about with it. Which is just a dream. Like when you work for the builder, you know what he's got. Feb there, the ties are there, everything's sorted. I ain't got to deal with paying for materials. Just turn up, do your work, X him up how much the job is, and just carry on. But if we work for other builders, you know, they're still going to be in the mindset. They know what the crack is. You just got to have a bit of trust there working for builders so they don't knock you at the end of the job. But it's only the same as any subbies you work for on site. They can knock you like that. They get knocked, you get knocked. No money coming in. The risk we take as self-employed guys, isn't it? The knock. But what was I going to say now? God, I was going to say something. I can't remember what it was. Can't remember what it was. Something to do with private work. But anyway, so if any of you out there are after some private work done this year, garden walls or extensions or stuff like that, anything really brickwork related, then Changi's door is open. And before I wasn't doing it because I just preferred having all my weekends to myself, and that's what it's all about, really, ain't it? But eventually, it would be nice just to do private work full time. That'd be ideal, because site work, site life, it's all right for so long, but just start grating on you. It's not just the job's piss wet materials all the time and all the hard, like silos breaking down, forkies not turning in, all the rest of the crap that you have to deal with. It's just nice to be able to go work and under harsh deadlines and all that kind of crap. You know what I mean? The entire scaffold to turn up on the job for 5 days. They get the scaffold up and they say, right, we need this done now. That one's been sat there for 5 days. You all know what I'm on about. These are some misshapen logs. I don't like them. Try and get it so they stay in the same courses here. Ah, did you, Deet? That's nice. I had a sticky one myself. Played golf at Market Drayton yesterday. A good knock. Well, had a couple of good holes anyway. I think this is getting full. Any of you in the market for a dog? I shall be selling some in the next couple of months. Hungarian Vizslas. You've all seen my dog, haven't you? Any questions, anyone else? Ah, that's a good one, yeah. The laddie who I used to have, Ozzy. I did like Ozzy, actually. Actually,
She's shaking as well.
you think she's going in labour?
Don't touch it. Oh, baby. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, let me show you my dog. I think she's desperate for a euro. Switch this camera around. What's up, Linny? Come on. Come in then. What's the matter? Hey? You need a wee wee? You cold? Go and have a wee then. Go on. Go on. There's my other dog. What are you doing? Have a wee then. She doesn't know what she wants. She's heavily pregnant, man. Let's get this back here. Come on. There we go. Aussie. Yeah, we're on Aussie. I can run you through it, the lads if you want. Right, so Aussie came, didn't he? He was with me about 18 months. And I was a bit harsh again. Made judgment. One night, one day he just never turned in. And I texted him, rang him, nothing. Seen that he'd seen me text message on WhatsApp. So I was like, I thought, oh God, he can't even send me a text message. So I always think the worst. And I thought, right, sod him. So when he come in the day after, he had a knee brace on, well, just a knee strap, and he walked across to the scaffold and already packed his tools up. And I just said, you only got enough respect to just send me a text. And you think that's how it's going to be. I said, you don't respect me, so that's it. I can't work with you. I said, there's your tools. And that was it. He didn't. All he said was fairs. That's all he said, fairs. And walked around, turned away, and walked off. I did text him since then, asking if he wanted a job. I got the cold shoulder, which I deserved. Really, I was a bit harsh. Should have given him at least a chance, maybe, to explain himself. But I already made up my mind at the time. I'm a bit like that. So that's what happened to Aussie. He bit the dust. And then I found out he was just working as a site labourer again after that. I don't know what he's doing with himself now, whether he's got in with a gang or what, but he was a good lad. He was reliable up until that point. And he was a good worker. I've only got good things to say about him, really. Like I say, I liked him. He was into the same kind of music-ish. He's his own person. Certainly didn't follow what everyone else said and does. That's what I liked about him as well. Character. But yeah, he had to go. And then we had what's his name now? Jamie. I went when that subby lost the job. We were on there. I gave him the option of going back in that week, and he said he'd rather not. He was going to go work with his brother while I was off. So, yeah, Ryan Davey won. So one day and you sacked him a bit harsh. That, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a bit harsh, but it wasn't having the time off, because he could have just texted me and said, "Oh, I'm not coming in today. I'm rough," or this or whatever it was. You could just send a text, can't you? What do you get when you don't turn in for anyone else? Like if you Asda or you're working at anywhere else and you don't turn in at all, what you getting? Written warning, verbal? What you getting? Not even letting them know that you're not going to be in. Hey, well, I don't know. Let us know. And then any you work for big corporations or whatever. What happens if you don't turn in? You don't ring in and you don't do any of the rest? Tell me, and then you just turn in the day after. So anyway, Jamie, I went on in October. I went on a cruise for my sister-in-law's wedding, and while I was over there, I got told that we'd lost that job and that we weren't going to be able to do anything else. And then when I went to America a week after, Jamie, I just got a text message the day before I was due to come back saying that he was working with it. He says he's working with another gang or whatever. He's not coming back. Just got to do what's best for him. Fair enough. So that week, instead of working with his brother like he said he was going to do, he went work with a gang, set himself up with a new job. So prior, he already knew that that's what he was going to do. And yeah, you done a picture for me? Is that for me? Leave it in there, then I'll come get it after. Thank you. And that was that. Just went in with another gang. Obviously done that weeks to see if it was better or worse. And then obviously decided it was better working with a bigger gang, or I don't know. But he said, thanks for the time with you. And I was like, yeah, no problem. But he went, and to be fair, I'd give him a lot of trial time, more experience, getting into bricklaying, because he'd never done any college. You bringing that for me? Watch, don't stand on that wood, look, there's a nail there, let me move it. There, look. Let's see. Just be careful. Thank you, sweetheart. Shut the door behind you. Oh. Hey, you want to play outside? You've only got your dressing gown on. Go on then, go play up the top of the yard if you want to. Go up in the garden. There we go. Okay, sweetheart. I'm not going to be too long now. I'm going to get all this done, boxed off. Another 8 hour. And that's all I got off him anyway. So, you know, like I give no notice to Ozzy. That's how he works. Hey? Go ask Mum, put you some clothes on then. So yeah, this is how life works. It's cutthroat. Everybody does what they want at the end of the day. You can't control people. You can control them at work. But I'm a nightmare to work with anyway. I haven't got much patience. Young lads now, and even the older lads, they're just not thorough. They slapdash, rush, cut corners, can't be arsed. I end up losing my rag more with people working with me, try and make sure they are doing the right thing. And it just gets to you, it pisses you off. It really does. My apprentice now is my nephew. Oh man, that lad cuts some corners. You'll show him right away what to do, and then straight away he'll go and do what he wants. But it's going to be a long process trying to get him to think and do the right way of things. Man, oh man, it's a long road. But we'll get there. It's not just about laying bricks, it's about doing things right. Have learned, man. Anyway, one of them jobs when I was with Jamie, I don't mind saying this. There was a couple of issues on some of the plots where there was a couple of valleys or whatever. Try and get over a window that had been put in the wrong position that needed moving over. And when I was talking to the subby when I went back for sort it, I was like, oh, I've left money on these plots anyway for like patching money. I can draw off that and put all these bits right. I had no comment off him. And I thought, I said it again. No comment, just kept going on about something else. And I thought, you know what, I know what's happening here. I'm going to get knocked. So I said to my apprentice, I was like, you know what, I know what's going on here. I'm not going to get any money out of this, and I'll probably get ditched after anyway. So I was like, right. And the run of work that they had going on after that was ridiculous miles away. And I thought, fuck this. So, yeah. I lost a couple of grand for the work that I'd already done. Never booked it. Left it in the pot so they could at least pay somebody else to do me bits. So they had a couple of grand on me anyway. Or just there or thereabouts. Or 1,500 quid. No, not any sweetheart, because these logs keep falling. Yeah, You don't want to be in here now. Are you going to play up the top or not? You want to play with me?
Yeah.
Right. I think, yeah, you know what? I'll come play with you. I think that's where the live will end. I know anyway, I'm working with Jack.
On my own.
Yeah, I'm going to come with you now. Duty calls. Have a good day. I'll make some videos. I've got to... I'm coming on, sweetheart. I've got another video coming on YouTube later on, and I'll make some more stuff next week. So keep it nice and easy. And I'll get back to this log storing after I've had a mess around in the garden with the young'un, Sadie. How do I stop this? Nah. There we go.